भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीना बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंच कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। श्रील प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। हाउ आर यू?
Yeah, fine, thank you, Prabhuji. How are you, Prabhuji?
I'm surviving, Mataji.
Yeah, I am also fighting with the pain.
Prabhuji, everybody is like that, survival mode.
Yeah.
What is that?
Prabhuji, everybody is in survival mode. You have to only help us.
Hare Krishna. So I was actually, when I met Maharaj a couple weeks back, and Maharaj was asking me, how are you? So I told Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, I'm somehow surviving. So then Maharaj said, he said that even to survive in Kali Yuga, even to survive is a big thing. So I was thinking that, you know, Maharaj is so amazing that even in a simple thing, he's trying to encourage, right? He's trying to encourage and boost us that, yes, continue, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It's amazing mood.
You met this year, Prabhu? Or?
Yeah, a couple weeks back.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, because of the health problem, it's a difficult, Prabhuji.
Acha. Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. You know, material life is a struggle. And when we are put in difficult situations, actually, then all the more we realize how much we need to depend on Krishna, depend on the holy name, right, and take shelter, because then we have no other option. So sometimes good health is very dangerous, right? Because when we are in good health, we think we are in control. We just feel that we can move things, we can shake things up, and we do not feel dependence on Krishna. We do not feel dependence on Krishna. So we need to actually create positivity out of every situation in our life. And what is the best positivity? The best positivity is that we bring Krishna into the situation. We take shelter of Krishna, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That okay, Krishna, now my body is giving me trouble. Now I don't have any shelter. You see, Krishna, who is going to help me now? How in this difficult situation that is impossible by my own efforts to be able to remember you, my Lord. By my own efforts, it's not possible in this difficult situation. Only you can actually help now, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that makes the situation very, very, it doesn't make it easy, but we figure a way out to actually handle that. And through it, remember Krishna. And, more importantly, to be actually very nicely situated in association of devotees, to take association, because only in association we can think like that.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
If we are alone, then we just get sucked into, why this, why that, oh, I'm not so serious, I'm not, so advanced, I'm so fallen, this is me, I can't do anything more than this, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
We beat ourselves up. We say, hey, you are not so advanced. Don't try to become an advanced devotee. Don't behave like an advanced devotee. Be normal, be real, be yourself. So if you feel like offending others, offend them. Be you. Right? So the mind beats us down like that. But then when we come in the association of devotees say, no, by the help of Krishna, anything is possible. So even if you are lower than Jagai and Madhai, you can actually become a pure devotee. You think, oh really? I have a chance. Yes, you have a chance. Really? Yes, you can do it. Do it. Do it. And then you are able to really come out and get that determination that is needed to execute your devotional service. So we have to help each other.
Yeah.
We have to help each other.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Jai Ho, Hari Bol, Mataji, we are proud of you.
No,
Such a
Prabhuji.
sincere devotee.
No, I am not sincere, Prabhuji. When I am chanting, my pain is increasing, so I am unable to chant extra rounds.
Acha. Acha.
Okay.
So, in such a case, it would be nice to actually hear chanting of Srila Prabhupada or Maharaj, and focus on hearing.
Maharaj chanting clip is there, Prabhuji? I don't know.
YouTube, if you go on YouTube, you can actually search for Radhanath Maharaj chanting.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. So focusing on hearing the holy name is also very, very helpful.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we are on how to discharge devotional service. Hare Krishna, Gokul Mataji. Welcome.
Dandot Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Mataji. Hare Bol. So we were at the second page of this chapter, right? How to discharge devotional service.
I think it's the next important items that.
No, this one, right? Without following
Without
the above mentioned 10 principles, one cannot properly elevate himself to the platform of sadhana bhakti or devotional service in practice.
yes.
Altogether, Srila Rupa Goswami mentions 20 items, and all of them are very important. Out of the 20, the first 3, namely accepting the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, taking initiation from him, and serving him with respect and reverence, are the most important. Wow. So, what are the points that we have read so far? How to discharge devotional service? So there were, on the first page, there are 10 points, right?
Yes.
And then on the second page, there are another 10 points.
The first
Right?
10 is mainly accepting spiritual master and serving him, kind of thing.
Right. Right. First 10 and the second 10, right? And then what Prabhupada is saying, out of these, just imagine, out of these 20 principles, right? 20 principles, what is the most important?
Accepting spiritual master and serving him.
Accepting the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master is very important. Taking initiation from him. So not just accepting, oh, I have accepted somebody as guru. Taking initiation. Mani Prabhu, this is for you.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
So taking initiation from him, right? And serving him with respect and reverence. So this is for all of us. Actually, all three are all of us, right? Shelter. What do you mean by shelter of a bona fide spiritual master? Shelter means dependence, that I am depending on my guru for my survival. You see, do we feel like that in our daily lives? Ratyatra Prabhu, do you feel like that, that you're depending on Guru Maharaj?
No, Prabhuji, I just pray for his blessings, but that feeling doesn't come. I was about to ask how
That
to
feeling
serve
doesn't
him
come.
with respect and reverence. And we don't see
No,
much.
before serving with respect and reverence is feeling, taking the shelter, feeling the shelter. That feeling is not there. I don't think like that, that I'm depending on Guru Maharaj for anything. I think I'm not dependent.
But we try to depend on Krishna, Prabhu. See, normally we focus on Krishna, but Guru Maharaj, we pray to him. But
that's the question is, do we feel the need of shelter from Guru? Do you feel that I'm depending? My life is dependent on the mercy of my Guru. Do you feel like that? Gokul Priya Mataji, do you feel like that?
I wish, Prabhuji. No, right now I'm not feeling that, but I wish I would. I like to feel like that.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny, but this is Prabhupada is saying this is the most important principle: accepting the shelter, feeling the shelter, and that's why actually, if you see our great acharyas, they put this mood, right? They demonstrate this mood. Which of the songs such a mood is demonstrated? Which of the bhajans? Anybody remembers? Yes. Any of the bhajans remember this mood?
Prabhuji, Gurudev, Kripa Bandhu, diye.
Absolutely, very nice. Which lines? Remember the lines?
Deho more pada chaya.
That is the Shri Guru Vandana.
Kripa bindu jiya koroe dase trinape kathihina.
Right. So devotee is praying that Kripa Bindu, give me mercy. And in that bhajan, the devotee is praying that Amito Kangala Krishna Krishna, not this one, sorry. Kandiya Kandiya, Prana na rakhibo ara. Right? Karuna na hoile, Kandiya Kandiya, Prana na rakhibo ara. What is he praying? Karuna na hoile, that my dear Guru Maharaj, if you do not show mercy upon me, prana na rakhivara, I will give up my life. So look at the mood of dependence on the mercy of the spiritual master. That Guru Maharaj, if you are not giving me mercy, I don't want to live. I cannot survive. This is the mood. Do we think like that in our days, in our daily life? That, oh, Guru Maharaj, if you don't give mercy, I'll give up my life. No, we don't think like that. The other bhajan Rath Yatra was mentioning, right? Shri Guru Vandana. Ha Prabhu Koro Daya Viho More Pada Chaya. So Narottam Das Thakur is begging, Ha Prabhu Koro Daya. Please, please shower. You are ocean of mercy. Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu. You are ocean, you are Karuna Sindhu. You are an ocean of mercy. Because you are ocean of mercy, Ha Prabhu Korodaya. Please give me some mercy. Right? And give me Pada Chaya, give me shelter of your lotus feet. This is the mood. So in our daily lives, those who are Brahman initiates, right? They get opportunity to at least meditate on the lotus feet of the spiritual master 3 times a day, right? Yasyastri Sandhyam. So at least those 3 times when you're chanting your Gayatri, you remember the spiritual master, right? Nevertheless, why only 3 times? We should be actually, every time we chant the pranam mantra of Guru Maharaj, which we should be chanting several times in a day, right? You offer obeisances. The first thing we do is we chant the pranam mantra of the spiritual master. When we're chanting the pranam mantra, we should actually feel, yes, I need shelter of Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, please give me mercy. Please be merciful upon me. Right? So that feeling of shelter and dependence, that actually I am totally dependent for my survival in my life, in my spiritual life. I'm totally dependent on the shelter of my Guru Maharaj. Right? Very important. Accepting that shelter, accepting the shelter of the spiritual master. Taking initiation, formal initiation has to be there, and then to understand the meaning of initiation. Right? To follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And then serving him with respect and reverence. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by serving him with respect and reverence? Yes.
It's kind of a gratitude, Prabhu, is this? Because our Guru got connected to Krishna, so
Yes. Yes. What do we mean by respect and reverence?
Following his instructions.
Following his instructions, okay. Yes.
It's a
What do you
gratitude.
mean by something with respect and reverence?
It's kind of gratitude, Prabhu, like because he's connecting us to Krishna.
Okay.
The way we have to serve is not the way we like it, but the way he likes it.
Okay.
That's the seva is what he wants us to do, rather than us deciding what I can do is
Okay. So respect and reverence means like to put him on the altar. You see, don't we don't think that Guru is an ordinary person. He's an ordinary human being like you and me, right? Sometimes we start thinking because we look at everything around us with our material eyes. So with everything, we see everything material as material. So we see Guru also has a material body like you and me. So we think he is an ordinary person. So respect and reverence means to actually honor Sakshad Hari. Spiritual master is actually the direct representation of Krishna. Right? So we actually serve him. Serve him means what? We actually please him by following his instructions, by inculcating his mood, by participating in his mission. Right? And as we are doing it, we do it with great love and devotion, with great feeling of dependence. It's not that Guru needs me, I need Guru. Sometimes we think like that. You know, Guru's mission needs me, let me do something. Oh, if I don't serve or help Guru Maharaj in his different services, who will do it? He needs me. So sometimes the situations may actually, Guru may actually say that I need your help, please help me. He may say like that. To kind of attract our attention and to get us excited. Okay, yes, you need me. Okay, I'll do it. Sometimes he may do that, but actually that's not the case. The case is we need the seva, and then we do that seva with great respect and reverence. Very important. This is the crucial principle of spiritual life. All right. Any questions on this so far? Okay, let's read the next paragraph. Who would like to read? Pandran Prabhu, would you like to read?
The next important items are as follows. One should decorate the body with tilaka, which is the sign of the Vaishnavas. The idea is that as soon as a person sees these marks on the body of the Vaishnava, he will immediately remember Krishna. Lord Chaitanya said that a Vaishnava is he who, when seen, reminds one of Krishna. Therefore, it is essential that a Vaishnava mark his body with tilaka to remind others of Krishna. In making such tilaka, sometimes one may write Hare Krishna on the body. One should accept flowers and garlands that have been offered to the deity and the spiritual master and put them on one's body. One should learn to dance before the deity. One should learn to bow down immediately upon seeing the deity or the spiritual master. As soon as one visits the temple of Lord Krishna, one must stand up. When the deity is being born for a stroll in the street, a devotee should immediately follow the procession. In this connection, it may be noted that in India, especially in Vishnu temples, the system is that apart from the big deity who is permanently situated in the main area of the temple, there is a set of smaller deities which are taken in procession in the evening. In some temples, it is the custom to hold a big procession in the evening with a band playing and a nice big umbrella over the deities who sit on a decorated throne on the cart or palanquin which is carried by devotees. The devotees come out on the street and travel in the neighborhood while the people of the neighborhood come out to offer prasada. The residents of the neighborhood all follow the procession. So it is a very nice scene. When the deity is coming out, the servitors in the temple put forward the deity accounts before them. So much was the collection, so much was the expenditure. The whole idea is that the deity is considered to be the proprietor of the whole establishment, and all the priests and the other people taking care of the temple are considered to be servants of the deity. This system is very, very old and is still followed. So, therefore, it is mentioned here that when the deity is on stroll, the people should follow behind. A devotee must visit a Vishnu temple at least once or twice every day, morning and evening. In Vrindavana, this system is followed very strictly. All the devotees in town go every morning and evening to visit different temple. Therefore, during these times, there are considerable crowds all over the city. There are about 5,000 temples in Vrindavana city. Of course, it is not possible to visit all the temples, but there are at least 12 very big and important temples which were started by the Goswamis and which should be visited. One must circumambulate the temple buildings at least 3 times. In every temple, there is an arrangement to go around the temple at least 3 times. Some devotees go around more than 3 times, 10 times, 15 times according to their vows. The Goswamis used to circumambulate Govardhana hill. One should also circumambulate the whole Vrindavana area. One must worship the deity in the temple according to the regulative principles, offering arati and prasada, decorating the deity, etc. These things must be observed regularly. One must render personal service to the deities. One must sing. One must perform sankirtana. One must chant. One must offer prayers. One must recite notable prayers. One must taste Mahaprasada, food from the very plate offered before the deities. One must drink Charanamrita, water from the bathing of the deities, which is offered to guests. One must smell the incense and flowers offered to the deities. One must touch the lotus feet of deity. One must see the deity with great devotion. One must offer arati at different times. One must hear about the Lord and his pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and similar books. One must pray to the deity for his mercy. One should remember the deity. One must meditate upon the deity. One should render some voluntary service. One should think of the Lord as one's friend. One must offer everything to Lord. One should offer a favorite article such as food or garment. One should take all kinds of risks and perform all endeavors for Krishna's benefit. In every condition, one should be surrendered soul. One should pour water on the Tulsi tree. One should regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam and similar literature. One should live in a sacred place like Mathura, Vrindavana, Dwaraka. One should offer service to Vaishnavas, devotees. One should arrange one's devotional service according to one's means. In the month of Kartika, October and November, one should make arrangement for special services. During Janmashtami, the time of Krishna's appearance in this world, one should observe a special service. One should do whatever is done with great care and devotion for the deity. One should release the pleasure of Bhagavatam reading among devotees and not among outsiders. One should associate with the devotees who are considered more advanced. One should chant the holy name of the Lord. One should live in the jurisdiction of Mathura. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Jai Ho. Any questions?
What is 39, Prabhuji? Janmashtami. For special.
Yeah, during Janmashtami, observe a special service means fast and do some seva like that.
Yeah, most of the things for us look like familiar things.
Yes.
But some of these we know it because we grew up in India.
Yes, Prabhu.
What about our kids? They will never see these kind of things unless we take them to the temple.
That's true. So what are our options?
When we take them here now and then, they'll be like, why are we going there? Why are we going here? Why are we doing this? Nobody else is doing it. Like that. It's just, even now, my son is like 6 years old, but he's asking me questions like, why are we vegetarians?
Yes.
He doesn't take vegetarian food. It's just a cultural thing.
What is
I try
that?
to convince them.
What is that, Manipur?
No, I'm just saying, Prabhuji, like, if we take our Indian, he doesn't take Indian food. He's just like, I want only bread. We say like, okay, in bread we only get like small peanut butter. Why don't you eat vegetables? He's like, no, nobody eats vegetables. I don't want to eat vegetables. But he eats at home. He's like 7 years. He's not even 7, but it's just
so
thing.
Basically, see, the thing is, to answer your first question, what is our option? Like, how will we give this culture to our children? First is ourselves. Out of these 64 items, we need to sit down and actually make a note on what are the items that we are not doing. Right? And what are the items that we are doing and that need to be done properly. Okay. So that's the homework. The first we have to think about what are the items we are not doing. We have to mark them. For example, one should not give unnecessary trouble to any living entity. We are doing that. A devotee must visit a Vishnu temple at least once or twice every day, morning and evening. So that's why we have to make our home as a temple. And morning and evening, we should observe some prayer, some puja, so that we get into that consciousness. Right? And when we get into that consciousness, then we are able to pass on that consciousness. So when the deity is being born for a stroll in the street, that means we need to now, in America, nobody is bringing deities outside, right? But then we need to organize Jagannath Rath Yatra, right? So we may not have a temple. So either we go to a nearby temple or we open a temple. So we have to get creative, right? We are living in age of Kali Yuga in the Western world. Even in India nowadays, most places, nobody follows these things. So the first step is, let us ourselves get very serious. Then the second step is how to give this culture to our children. It's who said it's going to be very easy? Did anybody say it's going to be easy? So we have little children, but we have other experienced parents like Rath Yatra Prabhu, Pandurang Prabhu, Gokul Priya Mataji, right? They can share with us that it's not easy. So then what do? We have to actually train the children, train them. So when our kids are asking us different types of questions, we train them by example and by education. So we teach them that this is the culture of dharma, this is the culture of Krishna consciousness, this is the culture that is going to make you happy. So when our children are asking us questions, why are we vegetarians? Actually, they should not be even asking those questions. We should brainwash them so thoroughly that by the time they become 7, 8 or 9, they can't even think anything else, right?
Same question, Prabhu. Siddharth, when he was 5 years old, he asked when he went to elementary school. At the time, actually, we are not too much in Krishna conscious at that time, but still we follow vegetarianism in my family.
Yeah.
Then what I did is I drew one picture in the plate and put a chicken in that. Then I asked him, what is that? The chicken. So before chicken, how is it? Then I put to draw one hen. So then he's here. Now it's coming to plate. What happened in between? Then I told, okay, somebody cut it and killed it. Then they prepared the food.
Right.
Then I said, okay, so somebody is hungry, so they cut that hen and prepared it. Now I feel hungry. If I want to cut your finger or some little hand and I eat, what do you feel? Then, since I'm cutting his hand, he got stunned. Then, no, it will be pain for me. So what do you think for the hen? Say, definitely it will pain for me. Now you know why we are eating, right? Why we are not eating that one. Then he understood. Then after that, I didn't know whether he got it. Then after a few years, maybe first grade or second grade, what happened, something happened, and in that school, they did not have any vegetarian item. So they told, this is in the elementary school, then they told, we don't have any item. Then he did not eat at all. Then they don't know what to do. Then they put bread and peanut butter and gave separately. Then I understood, he got the concept not to eat. This is we are not fully in Krishna consciousness, but
right. Very nice, very nice, very nice example. Thank you, Pandurang Prabhu. So Mani Prabhu, the thing is that we have to invest our time and energy to create, to educate, and to create this training and culture of Krishna consciousness, right? Which means we have to do ourselves every day, morning and evening, when our children are seeing us do Aarti, then they understand I have to pay respects to the deity. When we are offering bhoga, right? Then they see, oh, this is how prasadam we get, right? When we water tulsi, then they realize, oh, this is how I have to do this. this will become their second nature if they see that daily in our homes, in their homes. So it will become a second nature, and we actually come up with creative ideas to think, okay, what is their thought process? How can I educate them in Krishna consciousness? Right? If we don't do that, then they will be just. And also we see in the lack of association or lack of everybody around us behaving in a Vaishnava culture, what that means is that we have to give them that association. And we have to watch their association. If the more they will associate with children of non-Vaishnava culture, the more they will actually be exposed to that and learn that. So we have to give them that association, that culture. We have to do that with them. We have to invest our time and energy. We have to spend time with them. We have to tell them stories. We have to tell them examples. It's extremely important. Right?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Anything else? So the homework is, let us today point out to ourselves, out of these 64 items, how many items we are not doing. And then, as a next step, make a plan of how we can do that. Right? And then execute it. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, it's quite possible that even us staying in homes can do all the 64 items if we want to. Right? Next para. Mani Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Now, the total regulative principles come to an aggregate of 64 items. As we have mentioned, the first are the primary 10 regulative principles. Then come the secondary 10 regulative principles. And added to these are 44 other activities. So altogether, there are 64 items for discharging the regulative practice of devotional service. Out of the 64 items, 5 items, namely worshipping the deity, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, associating among the devotees, Sankirtana, and living in Mathura are very important. Can I read the next one, Prabhu?
Worshipping the deity, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, associating among devotees, Sankirtana, and living in Mathura. 5. Yes, next one, Prabhu.
Yes, please. The 64 items of devotional service should include all of our activities of body, mind, and speech. As stated in the beginning, the regulative principle of devotional service enjoins that all of our senses must be employed in the service of the Lord. Exactly how they can be thus employed is described in the above 64 items. Now, Srila Rupa Goswami will give evidence from different scriptures supporting the authenticity of many of these points.
Hari Bol, Jai Ho, Hare Krishna. Any final questions, comments?
Means,
What is that?
Sankirtana means chanting and kirtan. Both comes in Sankirtana.
Sankirtana means kirtan. Kirtan with devotees.
Oh. Chanting doesn't come in that.
Chanting doesn't come in Sankirtan. Chanting is japa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we are so yes, Pratyar Prabhu.
Prabhuji, how do we hear every day Srimad Bhagavatam? We can read something or
Read Srimad Bhagavatam every day. When we are reading, we are hearing from Srila Prabhupada directly.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So rest of the part 1 goes in supporting these most of the 64 points through scriptural evidence, Prabhuji?
Yeah. So next lessons will be a little bit more detailed description of some of these points. So we'll go in details of the importance of these different points. So our acharyas have given us such a complete solution, complete methodology to become Krishna conscious. All right. So thank you so much. I hope everybody is enjoying the Kartik month.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And
Prabhuji, I have one question, Prabhuji.
yes.
I mean, this is a personal question from me, because my old, like all the time, I think like when I was in specific year, I did so much. I was so happy that time. How do I get back to that? But I try to do the same thing, but I'm not getting there. Why, Prabhu? Is it something that I changed? Like any service I did in Nurundan when I started, right? It was much happier. The same service we do now, I feel like little different. Why is it like that, Prabhu? It's not the same in anything.
The reason is because in the early days, our enthusiasm is very clean. We are not judging anybody. We are grateful. We are grateful that we are getting connected to Krishna. So when we have that type of consciousness and we engage in seva, it becomes very blissful. But when we become familiar with the seva, we do the same seva 10 times. Then also what happens is we start to kind of feel, "Arey, I'm doing this every time now. So what is so big deal about it?" And then we start committing apradhs. We start judging the seva, we start judging the devotees. So our heart becomes, not so appreciative of that service anymore. And see, it's all about, the mind. The mind makes it very ordinary.
Yeah,
right?
Bro.
Mind makes us feel that this is extremely ordinary. What's the big deal to serve prasad to somebody? Right? Suppose you were given a chance. Mani Prabhu, please serve prasadam to Srila Prabhupada. Say Srila Prabhupada is on the planet, you are on the planet, and you are given, Mani Prabhu, tomorrow you have the opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada prasadam. Will you be happy and excited about it?
I mean, if you ask me now, because I never did it, I'll be like much excited now.
Much excited. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then you have said, Mani Prabhu, please serve prasadam to your son or to another devotee. You may think, kya hai, what's so exciting about it? Right? So the mind actually makes us feel that this is extremely ordinary. Isme koi dam hi nahi hai. And when we feel like that, then we don't enjoy it. Right? And then when we start to discriminate. between services. We start to thinking this service is low, this service is high, this service is better, this service, I don't like this seva, I like this seva. So we start to discriminate between services. And all that khichdi takes away the joy from devotional service. So that's the reason, that's why it's extremely important to never judge any devotee, never judge any service, and never offend Vaishnavas, right? And simultaneously be philosophically situated, nicely philosophically situated, so that when we are given such opportunities, we are delighted, we're ecstatic to do these services. It's an ongoing exercise. It's like our chanting. Every day we have to chant attentively. It's an ongoing exercise to keep, to guard our mind, so that the mind doesn't take us, pull us down. The nature of the mind is to pull us down, to guard and see through the eyes of scriptures, and with that vision, execute our services, execute our different sevas that Krishna has given us. And the more we do that, the more we will be happy, joyful, and we will be able to please Krishna. At the end of the day, all these things we are doing is to please Krishna. And if Krishna is pleased, then our life is successful. All right?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, Prabhuji, like when I'm, we gave a very nice example, Prabhu, like serving Prabhupada and serving Tirtha. But sometimes I feel like, one thing is there, Prabhu, that I'm looking at Krishna, I mean, like he's the same since, like, when I look at the deities, he's the same. He's there ever, forever. So that's something I'm taking it granted, bro. But when I'm doing something like spending time with Tirtha, I say like, oh, maybe this is the age. I'm not get this age again from my son. So I have to spend more time. Yeah. That thinking, how do I cultivate with Krishna? Like, okay, in this life, I only have it. At this moment, it may not come in. But somehow I'm taking it granted, bro. Like, okay, Krishna is there everywhere.
Actually, Krishna is also not the same. If you see pictures of Radha Vrindavan Chandra from 1970s, and you see picture now, they're different, much different. Krishna is also changing.
Yeah, bro.
And even if you think Krishna is static, we have to think I am changing. So when we served Krishna 10 years back, we were full of energy. We had a younger body. Now we have an older body. So we have changed. We can't serve Krishna like that anymore. So to think that I am getting older, let me now I have energy. Let me offer this energy to Krishna. You see, Krishna is not changing. We are changing. And because we are changing, we want to offer our energies to Krishna. All right? Okay, so we'd like to conclude here. Thank you. So, Mani Prabhu, tomorrow is Ekadashi of Kartik month. So, we let us actually chant 32 rounds from 5 to 9. I wanted to check if we can do that in your home, so we can invite all the devotees to come together. And so let's talk during the day, but
sure, bro.
If you are good with this, then please send out the invitation to everybody. But I think it's extremely important to come together in the month of Kartik and chant extra rounds, especially on the day of Ekadashi.
Sure, bro. Right? Tomorrow is my birthday.
Hari Bol.
I was born on that Ekadashi, bro.
So perfect. This is good.
Rama Ekadashi.
Jai Ho, Hari Bol.
Sure, Prabhuji. I'll arrange it, Prabhu.
Yes,
We'll
thank you.
do it in our house.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha paditana pavanebhyo namo namaha. Nanti koti vaishnava ki
Yeah.
Prabhupada ki jai.